Alrighty, people of the world. This is GTA Raj coming at you live and super wired up. What we're doing tonight is we're continuing on with our escapades in Forza Motorsport 4 on the Xbox 360. As you can see over here, I'm on the Xbox 360 with the Aurora Dash. And you know what? I forgot to pop my link out on my Discord. 1 second. Right. And now I have to go through the trouble. I say trouble very shockingly. Oh my god. Yeah, this week's been a fun old one. It has definitely been something. Very much something. Hello! 1 second. This has been a good old week, streaming wise. It's been a very different one. Yeah. This has been a very different week in general. Oh. Nothing worse than having a drink after you freshly brushed your teeth. Good lord. Anyway, this is my Xbox 360 custom dashboard and everything. We're running on through to play my own ripped copy of Forza Motorsport 4. So this is, in fact, my game. I ripped it myself. I'm very happy about it. We got the vroom vrooms. You get to see what classic Forza was like before Playground Games stuck their foot in and kind of butchered it a little bit. You get to see what it's like to actually drive against smart opponents as opposed to buffed up no-brains. Which is essentially what AI has come down to now, in video games specifically. Custom presets that you have to try and beat, and it's a whole load of nothing. Right, so I need to remember where I was with the DeLorean. To check that, I can go to event list and see what I've done. Plus the car's current level will tell me C class. We're in C class. So we're doing the C class world tour. There's 3 races left. We're also on the hardest difficulty in the game. It's a very fun game to play, to be honest. When I first brought this back to the channel, the save itself is my original save. When I got banned. Because initially I was giving out, I injected my profile with unicorn cars, and bada bing, bada boom, my dumbass tried to send them down the gift line. This man's trying to send out unicorn cars, and bam. Let's see. Start race. Run Yokohama. Let's see how well we do, huh? I need to check the volume too. I cannot have this blowing me out. Oh. Time for me to turn that down a little bit. Head buddy. Do you mind not getting in my way real quick? Ha. That's right. That's right. I'm kicking your backside. Oh, this DeLorean sounds really nice. Ooh, that is such a nice turn. Oh my god. I'm gonna win this, I promise you that much. Oh! How's chat doing on this fine evening? I hope you're all doing really nice. Excuse you, stop trying to get past me. It would very much help if I'm in the correct gear. Ah. You can kind of tell what you should be in going by a mile per hour. So if I'm at 45 mile an hour, I shouldn't be in gear 3. That's either gear 1 or gear 2. That's how it goes. I don't make the rules. If I did, I'd be all hippity hoppity. There we go. Bye, master. Oh my god, the Stream Elements bot is alive! Are ya kidding me? Woo! I don't know why they allow for drift skill points in this. There's no drifting events. Well, I was in first place, not anymore. I have an itchy cheek. I don't like having an itchy cheek. It's terrible. Oh, stop steering onto the grass, you ding dong. See, we're at a point now where it'd be very, very difficult for me to even, you know... Shield's bot running, learn how to customize the bot here. Wow, love that for me. I love that for me. Gotta customize the bot. Rum, 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 rum. We got this, we're smart. And I'm also itchy. It's not the time or place to be itchy. Oh my goodness. Excuse you, little punk ass. That'll teach you. I'm out for blood right now. Blood! For the blood god! That'll teach you, you stupid prick. Now that my frustrations have been taken out of my opponent, it is now time for me to take this seriously. And to not get screwed over by a stupid white car. All hail Grey. All hail Grey. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Brum, 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 brum. No, you don't. Get on the grass. Bye-bye. You whore! How dare! Alright, we're gonna try and beat their ass because they're fucking... Oh my god. You slut muffin! God! I will kick your teeth in! I might be a bit of an aggravated driver. Might just be me, but I think I might be an aggravating driver. Wee woo, wee woo. Oh, you've given my car a limp, you fucking ding dong. You, sir, and the Mazda 3 are an unsafe driver and unfit for the track. How dare you drive into me so disrespectfully? I've now got a wobble. Oh. I will beat you with this handicap, you cheating little dick nozzle. It's not a wobble, it's a disability. Fuck! You cost yourself the match, you ding dong. If you have to cost yourself something, the trade is not worth it. If I were to still win this race while still having a limp, then the trade was worth it. But he just cost himself the race. Little ding dong just caused pile up. I'm gonna catch up to you cheating little ding dongs. Why? Why does the game should be doing that? That's like the thing I dislike the most about Motorsport 4. Like, it has restrictions on it. There's a certain corner I need to be able to turn. Because you can clearly see I'm faster than all of them. Back up! I see you're getting plugged into. My steering's broken! We got this. We got this. We, say it with me. We got this. We got this! I have an itchy face, we don't got this! Is anyone here more powerful than I am? 388? So I have the most powerful car here. In terms of index. There we go. We are the problem. No, the fuck you don't! Back off! Back off, you dirty, rancid, coochie lickers! Alright, no damage done to my time machine. There we go, we're doing a little bit better. Woo! Keep on going! Someone just had a crash. Thank you for debuffing yourself, Mr. Carr. Why am I buzzing? Be more active, brother. I've done 16,000 steps today. What do you mean? Pedal to the metal! That's the plan. Luckily, there's no lasting damage to the car. Just a little on the side. There we go. Last lap. A 1 for that turn, are you kidding? Sorry, I got an itchy face. I guess, I'm trying to focus, I get itchy, and it's like, what? Why? I really don't know why that happens. I hate it though. Get banned, bitch! Woo! We're only a little bit scratched. That is hype! No! 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 Bullshit! Bullshit! Get out of here! Get out of here! No! 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 I refuse that outcome! You lie, game! You lie! You lie! No! That's on me. The game lied. The game absolutely lied. That mother hopper shouldn't have caught up. He shouldn't have! And even then, the taking of the corner was partially my fault, but I should have still won that. God! Let's go! Hyper focus! time to run them all. Well, never mind. Yeah, it was quite a bad thought. Damn, brother, you thought you could get past me? Are you kidding? With a putsy ass car like that? It's not even got any good angles on it. All good cars that have ever existed have had very good angles to them. Cybertruck excluded. That thing's junk. Now, if you get yourself like a 57 Plymouth Fury, or cars with that design language, you're in very good hands because those are wonderful cars. They look really nice compared to today's crusty ass bubble looking cars. Look, Mom, I'm getting points! I'm getting 4 points for doing good turns. It's like it pays to drive good. Brum 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 brum. Barely even a bloody scratch of a thing. So long as you don't look at the front. Wee woo. I'm not saying much right now because I actually am hyper focused. I'm doing real good. Whew. Lap 2 out of 4. We are right now. I think we're still doing quite well. In all honesty. Oh, shut up, Proton. Or Proto. Might have broken me focus a bit. See, we're now vastly ahead. Okay, I'll be the first to admit that corner is always going to be terrible with a car like this. I just got distracted by hearing tires screech. It sounded like someone was about to have a crash. I forgot how to do my cockpit view. Oh. Oh, look at oh, that has to be a fun sight to behold, not gonna lie. Like, in all honesty. It sounds like a lot of fun. Aww. 1 second. I also need a drink. Ah. I forgot what freaking gear was in for a second there. Hmm. How? Shut up and drive with me. This car is my destiny. What? Oh, pardon me. You don't have a chance, punk! DeLorean reigns supreme! Now we can watch it drive around the track. Let's see how well the computer does. Arguably it is taking some corners better than I do. But it's not being like overly aggressive. Oh god. Yeah, we're still kicking out of things ass. Without a shadow of a doubt. I just want to see how it does one lap around the track. Because I admit that some areas I am worse than the computer. This car is so sexy. There's no getting around it. God, look at it go! My dream car right there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, how are you gonna handle the ending? And DeLorean takes it. Alright. What do you mean we took no damage? Did you see our side? Or, right left quarter panel? Or, right front quarter panel? This game's concept of damage is terrifying. It's like, oh, you got a scratch on you. You got a massive ass dent on you. Just a scratch. Just a tiny scratch, not even considered damage. And I'm like, huh? What you mean? Uh, 50 minutes? I think I'm cooked. 50 minutes to do a 4-lap race. That says a lot. A bit more pressure on the front here. That should help. Anti-roll bars. I was gonna use my mouse, but like this is Xbox. Springs. Right height should be just a little lower. Damping. Rebound. So rebound is when the car bounces back up again. So you hit a bump. You want it to be stiff. And the same goes with this. Braking force. Yeah, we're putting it at a 5%. I think this should do for that. I could very well be wrong. Right. Let's get to it. We've lowered the car's ride height, so the car is now set a little bit lower to the ground. And we've increased how stiff the springs are. Oh, this car is so annoying! God damn! Got a feeling I might have to restart this one. I'm going to have to restart this one. Simply down to the fact, the little dude in the front is like way too good for what he is. And I need to knock him down a peg or two. Because he's not as good as he thinks he is. So I'm going to have to teach him a goddamn lesson. Hmm. Alright, we're in the lead right now. Whew. There we go! We don't have a mark on her! She looks gorgeous! Absolutely stunning, this car is! I got my eye on you, punk. Yeah, you thought! You thought! Almost! He actually stopped. Jesus. Yeah. One thing to mention in this game, if you abruptly stop in front of a driver, aka brake check, they're more than likely gonna break the car. AKA, they're more than likely gonna slam on the brakes as well. Which, this is the last Forza game, to my knowledge, that has this. And other games didn't follow suit. Woo! Yeah, you thought, punk. You thought. That's right, punk, you thought wrong. You thought wrong. Ah, this car is such a dream. We got a. How the piss did we get a mystery bonus? You know what I love? A mystery bonus. You know what I love more? You liking and subscribing. There is going to be more Forza content. This weekend, I'm going to be editing down a new video firing right up for the public once it's being thumbnailed. So that should be fun. I've given it a little bit of time. I'm hoping. Why'd you turn back on again? What you do? What you saying, boo boo? Good evening. Wind down your day with news, weather, and tomorrow's schedule. Shut the fuck up, you useless tosser. Hohenheim. Right. You let me skedaddle in front, you ding-dongs! This is where I'm staying. Oh, look at this! No, you don't, Bucker! Get out of here! Ah, you fucking loser. 5 laps on this track, are you kidding? You scratched my car! Yeah, there's not really much. I can't really say much of anything. Like, what have I done recently? Gotcha, bitch. Like, recently I went to the dentist today. That was interesting. Yeah. Went to the dentist. I put finishing touch. Kind of finishing touches on a music remix. And when I say kind of, I need to get an opinion on it. Like I said, I worked on a video recently, and it's for another racing kind of game. That tries to mix racing with a car mechanic simulation. Ultimately, I think it does both parts quite well. But it does lack in some areas. Now, for full context, the company behind the game reached out. They're like, hey, we saw your Forza content. Would you like to take a look at our game? And I'm like, ooh, I like the sound of that. Because in the email, they broke it down to me. They're like, hey, we're trying to combine elements from X, Y, and Z. And immediately my ears perked up. I'm like, you sold me on it. Okay. Ultimately, it fell short in very few places, and in places you would expect, but also not expect. So expect that from my first impressions. Because that's the next video that I'm uploading, is a first impressions. So I initially did 2 takes. Yeah. For the video in question, I initially did 2 takes of it. Because I got to a point in the game where I'm like, I forgot to read the prompt and I forgot what I was meant to do. And ultimately, what happened was I thought I bugged the game. So I quit the recording and then I restarted the game and started recording from scratch. And then tried to explain throughout the recording that, hey, this is my second take on it because I might have bugged it. But it turns out, not only did I misread the prompt, that was an absolute ding dong. And you're going to find that out in the video. Honestly, I had a lot of fun doing it. I don't know how much fun it's going to be to edit it though. But that's all going to be the weekend. And I wanted to get it out as quickly as I can. I didn't, because they reached out and asked for it and gave the game for free. Under that condition, I didn't want to put the put the video behind a paywall. So that's why it's immediately going public. Woo! Damn, brother, man, I still can't believe it dented my freaking thing like this. I'm pretty sure I'd get banned from racing if I kept cutting corners like that. I want a DeLorean so bad. Like, it is my go-to car. Oh yeah, on the topic of on the topic of videos, I think at the end of the month I'm gonna stick out. I'm gonna start releasing what I have saved up. Oh! Forza Horizon 4 and 5 would have been so much better if they had these kind of computer shenanigans to them. It's all on the line. Oh. And this game that can actually cause damage. Ooh. Na 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 na. I am in my happy zone, racing against this fucked up AI. You know what though? This AI may be easy as pie, like even on the hardest difficulty, but at least it is still better than whatever the crap is in the more recent Forza games. I have no faith in Playground Games to actually fix that for 6. Oh, don't you dare look back. Keep your eyes on me. Imagine a Santander freaking thing. Does Santander even exist anymore as a bank? Yay! Yay! I got 90k for leveling up, and then my affinity level for the dealership went up. Nice. So far we've went and done D class, C class. We need to do B and A and see just how much. Well, actually, yeah. Words when I yawn. So the entire goal here with using the DeLorean in this manner is to find the balance, the best class for the car that combines handling and power. Right now, C class 424 is kind of the sweet spot for what we're after here. Now, we could bump the car up. I don't know what is on this car in terms of upgrades. Like, what kind of wheels do we have? Stock? Damn, brother! Well, shit. Is it actually 10? Yeah, it is. Alright. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have a slight chat. Haha, I don't want a system update, you'll break my mods. We'll have a bit of a chat whilst I do a thing. Let's do this. Na 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 na. There we go. Ha! Thank you, earbud, for charging. Right. So as we get around to tying things up for tonight. Yay, I love when Retro Bar just decides to shit the bed when you use freaking Bluetooth. Nice. Right, so it's time for that chat then. Because this week we had to mix things up a little bit. We were meant to do Made a Scare on Monday, but we did Bella and stuff. Then Tuesday was meant to be Plague Inc. And then tonight was meant to be Forza. We technically stuck to it. But tonight, Forza Motorsport 4 is still proving why it is the greatest. It doesn't matter what you throw at a video game, DLC-wise, to keep people playing. If the fundamentals of the game are bad, then the game itself is bad. You can have a fun DLC and a bad game. That is what Forza Horizon 4 and 5 both are. I keep going back to it because there's no... It does decent for community night. And it allows me to play around with fans and the community in general. That's why I keep playing it. The game itself is terrible. Might be a hot take, but it is terrible. When you have a racing game that doesn't have an actual AI behind it for doing CPU things, if the only AI you have is a point A to point B with nothing in between to differentiate the drivers, then you're fundamentally bad. You have actively made the franchise worse. In Forza Motorsport 4, you can actively tell who is who by how they drive. Now, keeping in mind, I don't have all the names memorized. I haven't went down that route. But there are specific racers who you can tell by their style of driving who they are. And that is incredible. If Playground Games wants Horizon 6 to be successful, they need to start catering to what should be done rather than the audience's reaction. Because if we go back, and I can do this as many times as possible. If we go back and look at the reviews for the game, 9 times out of 10, they are not reviews. They are not reviewing the game. They might have played it, but they're only talking about certain aspects of it, but they're not reviewing the game. 9 times out of 10, you'll see them mention multiplayer. Like, the multiplayer is incredible. The game is beautiful. There's a lot of cars. That is the gist of it. They are not talking about the story content. They're not talking about the collaboration. To be fair, okay. Collaborations just weren't there when the game came out. So that one's excusable. When you're talking about the game at its core, it takes place. Not only does it take place in Mexico, it is beautiful. The story content, you're returning driving champion, an absolute legend. You're returning from the shenanigans you got up to in 4, which is you got up to a lot of stuff. You were a stunt driver in a movie, and you're slowly progressing through the game to unlock different parts of the map and different stuff called expeditions. That's what you're doing. You will not find the biggest reviews talking about this. You will not find reviews talking about the content of the game. Might read like a review, but when you look through it, specifically something like IGN. Actually, let's pull up a review real quick. Let's pull up a review. Alright, let's minimize this real quick. There we are. You can see here with the Czech level in the Czech Republic, the best arcade races nowadays. But it's becoming clear that it's getting harder to move the successful formula forward. Is this on Xbox Series X? Read more. It is safe to say, from games critics, that Playground Games have delivered something special with Forza Horizon 5 they haven't. And as far as I'm concerned, this is currently the best driving game out there. Yeah, that's not the case. Incroyable. A really nice, good game. The graphics and the experience are amazing. The better racy game in history. Ha. Universal acclaim. Yeah. History of Piece of Playground Games once again delivers one of the best open world racers you ever play. Edge magazine. This one's for the fast and the curious. Brace yourself. So these aren't necessarily reviews. Now there's this one from IGN. A map of Mexico that's bigger, higher, and weirdly more varied than any Horizon game yet. I beg to differ. A fresh change to the way the Horizon Festival itself is gradually constructed. Correct. Why are we buzzing? Stop telling me to move! Which results in more one-off events deliberately designed to showcase Horizon 5 at its very best. Which was... if you're on about showcases, no, that's not the case. Showcases are these events where you take on ridiculous other vehicles. In the past, Horizon 1, you took on crop dusters, which was hilarious. You're in a Mustang. You're in a classic Mustang, and you've got to race a crop duster. I don't know about Horizon 2 or 3. But in Horizon 4, you got to drive the Warhawk from Halo. I think it's Halo, yeah. And you had to outmaneuver aliens. You also had to race against steam trains, the Flying Scotsman, because Horizon 4 took place not too far away from me. All right, took place in Scotland. Took place in Edinburgh, a place very, very near and dear to my heart. So it might be some level of bias. Also, the snow there was unrealistic. We've never had that amount of snow. Just putting that out there. Not only that, we had to race. I have my reaction to it in an old live stream where the first showcase event that I did in Horizon 4 was against a bloody hovercraft. Driving along, and there's a lake nearby, so I'm assuming the hovercraft's on the lake. No! It comes flying down a hill right behind me, and almost tries to flatten me. The showcase events in 4 are just well over 10 times better than 5. An enormous visual upgrade? No, it is not an enormous visual upgrade. Especially to lighting tire smoke and dust effects. So that is incorrect. Somewhat correct. Yes, whatever. Hundreds and hundreds of new custom parts, rims, and performance mods. Yes, no. The performance stuff is still the same from 4. And cars with more character than ever. Yes and no. 90% of the game is just reused assets from the previous game. Drastic sound improvements. Not really. The only sound improvement is you can turn off the radio. In Horizon 4, I was constantly getting hit with copyright claims because the radio was on. And I couldn't turn the radio off. The slider only went down to 1. And it was a problem. Better handling. More granular preferences. And more online activities. So some of this is just subjective and some of it's correct. To understand how big Forza Horizon 5 is, we have to briefly look back at Horizon 4. Yeah. So talking about the festival playlist, Eliminator, the Super 7, Mexico, pretty, the breadth. So this is where they get onto glazing Mexico. So they're not talking about the core content of the game. So essentially, they're talking about the improvements over 4. They mention 4 a little bit more here and how some events differ. Then they're talking about Mexico. Mexico feels noticeably more extensive than even Playground's remarkable 2016 riff on Australia. And Baja. So they're talking about. They're reviewing. They're talking about parts of the landscape here. Not exactly a perfect recreation, of course, as with all Horizon Wars today, it pays no mind to reality. Yeah. Killer display of Horizon 5's immense draw distance. It's not immense. It really isn't. Open world racing dream. So here it talks about Mexico and how it's kind of the same, but also not. Draw distance between the cars and the map. So you're getting kind of a review of the game, but most of it is like, hey, look, it's in Mexico. Oh, big draw distance. Where is it? Mexico, pretty. And here's a minor overview or minor change list from the improvements from 4. Open world racing dream. There have been so many other improvements to the Horizon formula, it's hard to know where to begin. Event building tools. One thing I can give Horizon 5 credit for is the custom events are really nice. With considerably more props and far more granular options than Horizon 4's building tools. This is more community focused. We are at the end of it. Like, my Xbox is sitting here. And I forgot why we're on a rant about reviews. One expedition has you racing through the trees as lightning strikes the ground ahead. Yes, but here's the thing. That doesn't come close to racing the Flying Scotsman. It doesn't come close to driving the Warthog to get away from Halo aliens. it doesn't come close to being fucking squashed by a hovercraft. Horizon Arcade. Oh, fuck off. We don't want that. Verdict. So where's the talk about the story and how some of it has different endings based on what you do? What about the challenges that you face? Huh? So you have you have a, it's not even an expedition, it's yeah, multiplayer stuff. Multiplayer stuff. All of this is multiplayer stuff. Open world that talks about the entire game. Display. So they're basically telling you 90% of what your eyes can already see and glaze over from the trailer. Alright? This is how you do not do a review. IGN is the poster child of how not to do things. Like I said, we had to have a little chat about what's coming up. Wow. So, it's kind of... It's kind of a shame to see how Forza has declined over time. With 4... Motorsport 4 is genuinely the peak of the franchise. You asked for obscure. I'm gonna keep that on the list. So games that have been asked to stream from the poll are things like Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, which I will get around to after the new PC's built, and obscure. I am not buying obscure. I'll pirate it, but I'm not buying it. That's 150 quid PS2 game. Are you kidding me? If the game's value exceeds like 15 quid, I'm just gonna straight up pirate it. But that is strictly related to retro content. If it's a new game, I prefer to support developers. But look, me being me, I have options. I have so many options when it comes to things like gaming. So like, it might not be plugged in. No, it's not plugged in. Let me take the filter off real quick. Oh, I forgot to say Camarac. Why are you like this sometimes? Whoa! Na 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 na. Okay, now you can see me clearly. Actually, there we go. We could have just done this instead. I have things like this. My literal PlayStation 3 development kit. That I could run these games on. Oh, you went wonky on me. Or or the debugging unit. The debugging unit is region free and it comes with PS2 hardware built in. So we have the best of both worlds. I also have PS2 Slim that has been flashed to think it's a debugging kit. Now keep it in mind, I got these years ago before the insane price hike on these things. They're next to impossible to get now. So, yeah. But going back to... well, I have a Slim as well, but the drive on it's a bit rattly. It makes noises, no, I don't like it. It actually is, it does vibrate a crap ton, so the drive might be dying on it. So... tomorrow, because of how the polls are scheduled, because of how the polls are written out, or how they work, the most voted for game gets it. And because I have an audience on both YouTube and Twitter, I tally up. I put the same poll out on both platforms, exactly the same. And the game with the most votes on both platforms combined become the chosen game. Why are we on that? Oh, that's because I'm thinking that. Anyway. Our options were your choice. So you go into the comment section and you tell me what you want to see. The more votes, the better. Or the more votes for the same game equal better. So it's your choice. And then Doki Doki Literature Club, Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit, and GeoGuessr. On YouTube, your choice got one singular vote. I know who that is. Doki Doki Literature Club got 2 votes. FNAF Into the Pit got 2 votes. And if we go on to the Toxic Wasteland, the Fallout world, that is Twitter, we will see, I will see, that Five Nights at Freddy's also has 2 votes. That makes 4 votes in total for FNAF. So tomorrow, Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit is what we're playing. So I thought I'd get that one out of the way. And keep it in mind. Oh, back to what I was saying. It is such a shame to see how much Forza has declined. Have I swallowed something weird? There's something in my throat. Whatever. It's a shame to see how much Forza's declined. And reviews are not talking about it. What I showed you is an overview of the game that focuses on what your eyes can tell you, what your eyes can see. There isn't much in the way of talking about the game as a whole. There's no talk of the difficulty or what some of the showcases are like. They mention an expedition that where lightning strikes the ground as you're driving. So what? Talk about the cool stuff. Talk about the showcases. You get. I mean, to be fair, they're boring. You get to race against a really big airplane. You get to race against a diesel train. Yes, we've done it before, but it's still done it better before. By the way, just saying. Forza Horizon 4 takes place in the beautiful Scotland. You get to drive through Edinburgh. You get to race against a flying Scotsman. Just putting that out there. I might be a bit biased towards 4. point is, as the franchises went on and taken this more open world path, which there's nothing wrong with, they have lost one of the best things that Forza ever had. And it is a computer that knows how to drive. A game like Forza really should, especially Horizon, needs to be balanced. It really does. And what I mean is, they need to have a single player that doesn't really screw you over. A single player that doesn't push you to play the multiplayer component. Because Forza Horizon 4 and 5 are very guilty of this, where the single player content is so botched and just so broken that you're like, okay, this computer is clearly cheating, let's go online and race against other drivers. That is where we're at. And the only people you'll ever see talking about it, besides myself, are people on the Forza forums complaining about it. For years and years, people have been complaining on the Forza Motorsport forums and the general Forza forums about how bad and broken and cheating the AI is. Because as I found out via some modding shenanigans, I used a mod tool to unlock hidden profiles. The game has built-in hidden profiles, and the assumption is those hidden profiles are being applied to vehicles before races to give them that extra edge, coupled with the rubber banding, makes it a bit degenerate. But point is, Forza as a franchise, it has the numbers, but it doesn't necessarily have the soul and the clarity of what made Forza great in the first place. Is it? When you first play Forza, it is a great experience. You start off in Motorsport 1 and you see where they're trying to go and what they want to be. That comes to fruition in 2. 3 takes it to new heights. 4 is just perfect. 4 is just perfect. And when I was growing up with 4 from like 2011, yeah, when I was actively playing in 2011, because I would play this online at times. At the times I was using Microsoft points, when I had them, I would be playing this online and just doing what I could. I was on the auction houses selling cars and just doing stuff and just generally just chilling out and having fun. Because it's a game where the actual computer is pretty good, but it's not cheating. It can be a dick, as we have very much seen tonight. That mother hopper didn't break; he slammed into me. But we also saw the drivers know when to brake. If you brake check a driver, they're gonna slam their brakes on. You don't get that in Horizon. In 4 and 5, as I have shown, once an AI driver crashes their car, they will struggle. Actually, they don't even try to get back on course. They just keep trying to go forward. Where in 4, if that driver crashes, they shift right into reverse and get back on the track. Why are we taking 10 steps backwards? Like Horizon 5. It's beautiful. It's a very beautiful game. It's very nice to drive around in. It is largely a goddamn desert with not much in it. It doesn't have the spirit and soul of things like Scotland, Australia, wherever the ass crack 1 takes place. Or 3, I don't know. But point is, the franchise is going backwards. Japan might be able to rescue it, because Horizon 6 looks great. It genuinely looks great. But I am curious, I'm worried that it's going to mess with the series. I also don't know what to expect from the expansions. Because there are going to be 2 of them. I was very surprised when the Hot Wheels expansion came out for 5. I'm like, oh my god, what? What? It was great. Horizon 4 did great with an expansion. For whatever reason, they'd give you a really good expansion and then something that just brings your depression back out. So, I forgot what 4's second one was, but their first one was Lego. You could go to Legoland and then drive about crashing into crap and collecting Lego bricks to build a car. What? That's great. Fix your fucking AI and your game's borderline perfect. God. Horizon 5, you get Hot Wheels and then you get Rally and Mountains. And the reason I am very much displeased by that, a lot of that is already in the base game. Rallying is in the base game, and it's almost not worth the money to even pick that expansion up. Horizon 1 got away with it because there wasn't really rallying in Horizon 1's base game. Because as open world as it wanted to be, because it was on 360, there were limitations. You were not able to do what you could do now. Hell, the fact I think Horizon 2 came out on 360 as well, didn't it? I could just check my freaking Xbox. I have my Xbox on, and I've reviewed. I've done a first impressions of the game. No, bro. Oh, it's not gonna show. I didn't convert it correctly. Oh, that's terrifying. Oh well. Let's just play XEX menu and go back into Aurora. Games Discovery, Forza Motorsport 4. Yeah, I have Horizon 2. Yeah, Horizon 2. Horizon 2 and the 360 was great. Yeah, we'll just do this. We'll just do this. We don't need to see the other dash. But yeah, let's just try to do a bit of a run about how Forza is going backwards. Oh, we don't want no, we don't want assets. So yeah, with Horizon 6 coming out, I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for all the shenanigans that were present in 4 and 5, because it's gonna be quite the wow, it's gonna be quite the experience. People have been asking for one in Japan for a while, and in all honesty, yeah, we should get one in Japan. It would be fun to see what it would be fun to see how the American cars do with various aspects of Japan. Japan is huge. Japan is absolutely huge. So it makes sense for it to be in Japan. Anyway, that's all we have time for right now. Tomorrow, 5 Nights at Freddy into the pit. And we're doing Teamfight Tactics, League of Legends on Friday. Specifically, Teamfight Tactics. Because, you know, there's no way in hell I'm playing actual League of Legends for a community night. That is a mother fluffing disaster. That is an absolute mother fluffing disaster waiting to happen. If I were to ever play League for community night, the balance would need to be there. Because good lord. Good lord, that is actual crazy. But no, 5 Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit tomorrow night. I need to remember where we're at with that. And I need to remember to boot up the Steam version, not the Epic version. The game became free, when was that? A few months back? On Epic Games. By the way, make an Epic Games account because I think it's every week, you get free games. Make an account, start accepting them mother fluffing games, and enjoy free games. There's no cost to it. And I know it sounds like a promotion, and I'm technically promoting Epic Games, but they're not paying me for it. It's whatever. The launcher itself is dog shit, but you're getting free games. I have paid for what, one? I think one game on Epic Games. And I have, how the fuck do I find out? Just how many games I have. So we have things like Amnesia, Alex Kidd, Alba, Arcade Paradise, Ancient Enemy, Beyond Blue, Bendy and the Ink Machine, coming soon to the channel, by the way. Just saying. So, out of all the games that I have 6 pages. Just show me all. The entire Fallout collection, -4. So what, where the fuck's the first Fallout? Whatever. Essentially, all these games, outside of one, have all been free. Actually, I pay for Kingdom Hearts. I pay for Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, 1.5, 2.5 collection and Kingdom Hearts 3 plus the DLC for it. Everything else besides that and Shenmue 3 were all free. Rise of the Tomb Raider, Rugrats, Rustler, Sail Force, Saints Row, the rebooted Saints Row that I don't even want, but I took it anyway, and my depression for it's still here. That actually brought the depression back out of me. I hate that. Civilization 6? Oh my god. Yeah. Look at all of this. We got all this for free. Minus what I said. The Outer Worlds. That's meant to be pretty good. Oh, I also paid for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. The remaster. That is actually pretty fun. I haven't played much of it because I'm absolutely terrible at it. But point is, go get yourself an Epic Games account and start getting free games. Anyway, tomorrow, FNAF Into the Pit. Then, Friday, we're doing League of Legends Teamfight Tactics. Specifically, Teamfight Tactics. And people can join if they want to. They just have to add me on Riot Games. And bada bing, bada boom, we can have a good old time. If that doesn't happen, I will more than likely be playing with the game's community itself, aka playing against other people. And if people want to join from that, or join the game from my streams, fine. You're more than welcome to. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.